What it do, JC Crew?
So today we're going to be having a story time. How we met, and all the situations and problems we've gone through and where we are now.
A lot of the things that we say in the story won't be really detailed. I'm going to break off later on and tell stories about that. It started out when this handsome young black server.
Okay, so he's gonna be very dramatic. I'll tell sorry. In the beginning of what happened,
Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this. Somebody come and look at this. Look at this.
that day I went to go help my mom and some of her friends find like a.
Your mom?
Yeah, I went with my mom with her friends. They were trying to find an anniversary dress because it was her and her husband's like 30th anniversary coming up or something. Younger cousin, she was like going out with her friends and she was gonna go to Red Robin. And I didn't really feel like staying there, so I was like, I'll go with you guys. You know, I literally just invited myself. So we left, and I told my mom I was gonna ride with my cousin to Red Robin, and she said okay. So I go with my cousin in the car, and we go to Red Robin that day.
My day was, I wasn't supposed to work that day, right? But you know, if you ain't getting money, what are you doing? You know, so I was like, let me go ahead and pick up a shift. Rush had just happened, so now it's like, you know, little stragglers coming in here and there. You're just like, yo, what the fuck? I'm about to get off my shift, go home, whatever. You know, she was with her cousins, right? Her cousins are all like what?
My cousin, my little cousin, she was like 12.
At the time.
No, she was like 14, 15 at the time. I'm pretty sure. She was like 14, 15, somewhere around that age. She was in the pre-teens. And I was like with them. I was the oldest one there. At that time I was 19. And he was 19 as well.
Yeah.
So old saying this now.
But like when she was with her friends, you know, Zuli has a young, she got that baby face, you know what I'm saying? And when I saw Zuli with her friends, I was like, damn, you know, she's pretty, but she's young, you know what I'm saying? The age came in fact, you know, I'm 19, you know, so I'm thinking she's like probably like 16, 17.
I didn't look that young.
Yeah, you did. It was not really because she looked that young, but it's because of who was around her. And the girls that were around her, and then her on top of that, you know, she looked a little bit older, but like not that much older. You know?
True, and some girls nowadays look older. They're like 15.
Right, you know, all this makeup and stuff. So, plus, I'm a server. I can't really go up to the guest and be like, what's up, girl? You know, my name is James. Go ahead and holler at me. I can't do that. Because that's just weird, you know.
I ordered some wings that day. He came to my table and I was eating my wings, and he was like, alright, do you guys need anything else? And I just looked up and then he just kind of like stared at me, like just made eye contact.
I had it with this. I was like,
and we stared at each other. I just kind of lost it, and I literally started choking.
Right.
It was the wings were hot too though. I started choking on the wings, and I was like, and I couldn't talk. And my cousin's like, I think
He needs some milk.
And then James was just like, he's like, all right. He just kind of smiled, laughed. He was so cute back then. Like he was.
Am I ugly now?
He's so very attractive.
I'm not that attractive.
You are attractive. He knows he is. He's keeps telling himself that, so he won't be happy. But I told my cousins, I was like, I think he's really cute. My cousins that I'm really close with, Monica, she was like,
and big shout out to Monica. I know you be liking this, all that. So big shout out to you.
And she was like, we should leave your number down. And I was like, I should, right? And then I didn't want to. I was really hesitant, but I was like, you know, worst that could happen is him not texting me. So I got a napkin and I put my number and I was like, call me with like a smiley face or a winky face or something.
It's the winky face because you already know.
She told me to, she was like, okay, I'll leave it on the table. But I was like, I'm not going to leave it on the table because what if they threw it away? So I put it in the checkbook. So that way...
smart. Right then and there, I knew she was a smart girl.
So after we paid, that way when he opened it, it was in the checkbook.
So I know that people like to, you know, they like to wait a couple of days, you know, a couple of hours before they decide to text back. You know, a few days. Oh, hey. She could have been gone, okay? I had to secure the bag. I texted her, and you know, of course, we actually sitting right here on this. I was sitting right here on this couch, and my mom was sitting right beside me. And I'm like, you know, back in the day, you know, I was a little not too good looking, you know, and my confidence was kind of shot. So, you know, I'm telling my mom, like, oh my God, you know, this little pretty girl, she, you know, gave me her number. I don't know what to do. You know, I'm freaking out. I have been on other things, you know, like Tinder and whatnot. And when I try to talk to other girls, the conversation doesn't last. I guess because I'm not saying what they want to say or saying what they want to hear or something. So first I text her, say hey. She said hey.
Wow.
Second line. What was the second line?
He said, how old are you?
How old are you? We ain't pulling that right. We don't do that around here. So I found out she was exactly my age. I'm actually only 2 months older than her. 3 months older than her. I was like, bet, that's a bet. So when I found that out, you know, I hit her with a couple texts. You know, how are you? What do you do? All that, you know, whatever, boring, blah, blah, blah. And then I like to call girls. You know, I mean, at the time, I liked her. I'm not a big fan of text because you can't see like emotion and stuff. You can't feel that. So I decided to call. So I'm like, hey, you know, can I give you a call? You know, instead of texting. So you know, hit her on that hotline bling.
First couple of weeks, we were getting to know each other more and more. So like, we were like calling each other every night. Yeah. Every night we called each other.
You want to talk about honeymoon phase?
Yeah. We texted each other like
phase.
From morning to night. And if we weren't texting each other, we were calling each other. If we weren't calling each other, we were FaceTiming each other. So it was that one for like a good 6 months.
We were lucky to have unlimited call and text. I tell you that. Otherwise, the rates would have been so high, bro.
So finally, after those couple of weeks, I started to go to his place.
After like a day of talking, she was coming to my place. Like, what? It was literally like.
I think it was like after a week.
I don't know. It was probably a week or something.
Mm-hmm.
A week or something like that. And she comes over, and you know, that's the history. You know, that's how we met, and that's how it first began. But after a while of hanging out and stuff, I found out Zuli, you know, wanted to move in with me. At this point, we had been dating like maybe, like people, like we started dating probably like 2 weeks into talking. I'm gonna be honest. It was 2 weeks.
Like a week.
Like a week. Like a week. You know what I'm saying? I know. You know. If I was a person on the outside, I'd be like, "You sound crazy. That's so stupid." But you know what? We didn't listen. That's one big thing I would tell every person that's in a relationship. Do not listen to outside forces. They don't know what happens on the inside. You know, just like you got your thing with your family. Even if you had your cousin, if you spend time with your cousins like that, but they talk about what's going on with your family, but they don't know exactly what's going on, then their advice is, you know, it's not meaningless, but it's definitely not, you know, the best advice because they don't really know. And it's not their fault because you probably don't tell them. But anyways,
and no one knows you, then you know yourself.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. And it's just like the time that you put in and out of the relationship. People don't know every nook and cranny that happens, you know what I'm saying? So that's my piece of advice for that. But so we first started dating like in a week, and then she moved out with me she moved with me into my mother's apartment when we were probably dating for about 4 months.
Yeah, like
4 or 5 months.
5 months.
4 or 5 months, and then we stayed here at my mother's for about 3 months. We stayed here at my mom's for about 3 months, and then we went ahead and got our own apartment and moved out. You know, so like you can already imagine like us telling our friends about this, like how they were viewing it. You know, how our family alone was taking it. It was just like, it was a hard road. It was a very hard road. She's Spanish, so I know a lot of, I don't know, I feel like a lot of Spanish women will relate to what I'm about to tell you because like, for her family, they're very protective, and they, you know, that's okay. You know what I'm saying? They're very protective, and Zuli didn't really get to go out like that and stuff. So when I came in and, like, you know, their first and only daughter was moving in with me, you know, and mind you, they don't really know me like that, you know what I'm saying? Because we had been dating only for like 4 months up to this point, so they don't really know me. They don't know me like that, and I feel like they probably viewed it as me like taking their daughter, stealing their daughter from them. They don't know what I'm capable of doing, you know, because, you know, I could be a really bad dude. I could be a really bad guy. They don't know that. So, you know, I don't blame them. So, yeah, so we got in our own apartment, and then
moved out in August, and then we moved to our own apartment. The only thing that sucked about it is that we weren't really like thinking smart about it. We were just really moving quickly. So we, you know, as you can tell, I moved out of my parents' house to live with him for like 3 months of dating with him and his mom and his sister here. And then 4 months after that, we moved to our apartment. And our apartment was like $1,600 a month for 1 bedroom and 750 square feet. If you guys know a place like living at places on your own, I think 750 square feet is not that big. And 1 bedroom for $1,600 a month is expensive. Yeah. So we didn't think about like us moving to a $1,600 a month apartment for 1 bedroom. 1, we could have gotten a townhouse for that price. 2, we didn't really have like a set career for us, so we were just working like minimum wage, if not, we were just like not making money like that good. So the apartment was one of the hardest years living in because it was just not a smart idea. We didn't really think about it at the time. But, you know, of course we worked through it, you know.
Yeah, I mean, like, when you move out into like, just like a heads up to people that haven't moved out yet or living on their own, there's a lot more that comes with it. There's a lot more there's more than meets the eye. Like that's true. Like when we moved out, we thought of all the base payments. You know what I'm saying? Like rent, gas, you know, other bills, electricity, stuff like that, cell phone bill. But then there's always these little things that come into play. It's like, yeah, you got your main bills, groceries, but you don't come into play that you gotta get toilet paper, you know, every like whatever 2 weeks, you know, but you may only go grocery shopping, especially like for us, we only go grocery shopping like once every like, I don't know, like what, like.
We just like to eat out.
Yeah, we just always ate out.
Yeah,
that was
like
a big problem for us. Learn a lesson to definitely not go out and eat as much. It takes a toll on those pockets.
It definitely does. You spend a lot more money than you think. But if you want to go out and have fun and go party, like, you gotta make sure you got that red money first before you go partying.
Right. Otherwise, you know, you're gonna go party and come back home to your house under the bridge.
Yeah. So always make sure, you know, before you move out to just kind of like, you know, what I like to do is like, say if you had $200 in cash, I'd only bring like, say $50 to me. It doesn't, so that way I have only $50 to spend, and I don't use the $200 and my other money's at home, and I'm already out. So. And
it's better for you guys, because I know you guys are going to be growing up to be very successful people. So when you learn how to like, number one, manage and prioritize your money, that's going to help you in the long run. But also, when you learn how to really get a lot out of having a little money, can you imagine how much you're going to get when you have a lot of money?
Wait, what?
A lot.
You were just quiet, like you just exploded it.
A lot. You're gonna have a lot.
But yeah, we were living in the apartment for like, we moved in August. We lived there for a good amount of time. We lived there almost a year. Then we moved out of that apartment because it was too expensive. So we moved to something cheaper, and now we live in a basement apartment. So this basement is like $1,100 a month. Has 2 bedrooms though.
Living room.
Huge. Has a living room. It's gigantic. That's like a small little kitchen.
It's a lot bigger than our old apartment, that's for sure.
We're 5 times bigger than our old apartment. We allow dogs, so Cairo, he's with us, and it's not bad. Like the basement has definitely helped so much with, you know, bills and saving money and everything. And our goal is to, when we move out of this basement, move into something better. And our goal is to move to a townhouse.
It's definitely been a big journey for us. A lot of problems that you kind of can't see, but you can see, but you can't. You just don't know how you react until you're put in the situation.
So many things that had happened in that time. So many things, you know, that's happened. You guys have no idea. So if you do want to hear about it, comment below, and we'll definitely make another video about it.
Yeah, if you like this story, just go ahead and tell us, and we will definitely get.
It's a crazy story. Like we've gone through a lot. We've gone through a lot within like it's only been 2 years of us dating, and we've gone through
literally every problem. You know, every like big little problem that we had, I'd be like, you know, what could get worse than this? Something worse.
And almost every problem you can think
Something
of
worse.
basically had happened to us.
Something worse.
Literally, like.
But like, you know, us living together, we've also learned how to like. I feel like you learn a lot about yourself when you get into these like real deep committed relationships. We've broken up multiple times. We've taken a break multiple times. I've broken her heart one time, you know, and it's just a lot that goes into it. When you get into something like this, all I gotta say is, if you know like this relationship is the relationship you want to be in, you know what I'm saying? You just know this is the one. But then there's other relationships, I guess, you know, you can just tell like y'all just doing it for fun, y'all just people, I don't know, whatever it is.
And relationships require sacrifices, a lot of sacrifices. It requires, and that's something we both have had. You know, we've each had to sacrifice a lot of things for each other. A relationship is not easy. It is not easy. So if you really do love someone, you would definitely work through it, no matter how hard it is or how rough it gets. How rough it gets.
Yeah. So I mean, she's definitely like the gorilla glue to this relationship, because she stuck with me. And what's funny is that it's so backwards now that I think about it. When she had her strict parents, you know, she like came out more knowing herself than me when I was living with my mother, because my mom let me just kind of like do whatever I want. You know, at this age, she was letting me experience life and let me do what I want. But when it was funny, because when we met up, like Zulia and I, like the way it like played out was just like, she knew more about herself than I did about mine. And that's, I guess, because like when you get in those strict environments, you I don't know, it's just like when you're in those free environments, you're just like all over the place and you're not really capitalizing or really learning about what it is that you really like. You're just like, you know, like you go out, you party, you just get drunk, you
do like the same thing over and over.
Right, you're doing the same thing over and over again, and it's not like you're really learning about yourself. You're just having fun.
Like, you're just partying every night and going out with your friends every night. I don't really consider that experiencing. Like, I consider that like, you know, going out there and experiencing life, but I don't consider that like trying to find yourself, because you're doing the same thing over and over. So I don't understand how that's really finding yourself. But for me, I think I would have never really known myself. Like, I really think I would never really know myself if I hadn't moved out or left my parents' house. Because me leaving my parents' house has taught me to be more mature, has taught me what's really out there in the world. It has taught me that no matter what goes crashing down on me or anything, that, you know, I have to be a strong person, and, you know, there's gonna be ups and downs in life no matter what. There's always gonna be something that's gonna hit you. James and I have always, you know, told each other, like, there's always gonna be something. There's always gonna be something that we're not gonna like, or there's always gonna be something that we don't agree with, you know. Like you said, you know, there's just, he thinks nothing bigger can hit him, and there's always something bigger that's gonna hit him, so. And
then we're also still learning to grow ourselves, you know. We're only like 21 years old. We're both still learning to grow. We're both still learning like a lot of things in life, so we don't expect the absolute crazy most out of each other, you know. Just like we just expect each other to just at least be there for each other and to not give up when times get tough.
I think concentrate on the ceremony.
I like saying.
all we expect from each other is to respect one another, to respect our wishes, to always be there for each other.
And the fuck her good. I'm playing.
But yeah, you guys, my mom always told me that she said the first year with any man, I don't know if you guys ever heard this, the first year with any man is always the hardest. First year living with each other, you know, it's not just him, but living with each other was the hardest year of my life. Because we were just going through so much. We were all, like I said, the apartment was really expensive. We were on our own, so we were on and off on jobs. We were just
like, in a way, I kind of cheated on Zuli.
It was just like going on and just like it was just crazy, and like it was just a lot. So like the fact that, you know, James is even still here and still trying with me is awesome,
and vice versa.
So it's just, we've gone through a lot. So, you know, and we're just here to tell you guys about our experiences that we've gone through, and hopefully this has helped you to kind of like, I don't know.
You know, keep trying in your relationship. You'll know when the stopping point is there. You'll definitely know when that stopping point is in.
And you're gonna have thoughts where you're just like, oh, I'm so done. You know, like I'm so pissed right now. Fuck him. You know, I break up with him. This and that, and just. Don't ever break up with, I was telling you this, don't ever break up with your loved ones when you're at the heat of the moment. But
I used to do that a lot. I used to be like, whenever we get in an argument, I'd be like, you know, because at one point we used to argue a lot. And like, I would be like, you know, in my head, I'm just like, man, you know, why we keep arguing? I keep arguing, I'm tired of arguing, blah, blah, blah. You know, I'm ready to break up. And like, every time we argue, I was just ready to break up. And it's just, that came from just, in my past, I used to always quit on things. I'm not gonna lie, I used to always give up on things, you know. So that definitely played a part. That definitely played a part in how it definitely played a part in how I would react in our relationship.
And we're still working on each other. We're still working on each other, working on ourselves. So we don't expect a big drastic change to happen. But at the same time, for those of you who do have long relationships with other people, you guys do know that people are going to change. People are definitely going to change.
And don't let people on the outside influence your relationship.
Yeah, don't.
Don't do it.
There were so many people, which I didn't know, but there were so many people that was telling him, there's so many people telling him that I'm not the one for him, to think he should break up with me, you know, this and that, and things like that, you know, he's not good for you, she's not good for you. And then I had like 2 or 3 friends that told me like, you know, same thing, like, you know, I don't think he's the one for you, Zuli, you should like just go out.
But how do they know?
Yeah,
you know so how would
like,
they know?
They don't know anything of what we've gone through. The people who told James or me that we're not the one for each other, they have no clue what we've gone through. So many people don't even know half of the stuff that James and I have gone through. Not even our family knows half the stuff that we've gone through, honestly. Like, we have gone through so much stuff, and that's what really shows us that we're definitely, you know, from Faith, the first start when we met, he wasn't supposed to work that night, but he did. And I wasn't even invited to go to Red Robin. I just invited myself and my cousin. And I did, and you know, and all this stuff we went through, and we're still together. So it's just, I think it's just God showing us that, you know, he has a plan for us, and that it's not going to be easy, but it's definitely going to be a roller coaster.
It gets hard before it gets easy. But you know, this, you know, I go through.
I'm making a video.
Alright, y'all, so if you like that video, go ahead and hit that like button. Don't forget to share, and don't forget to please subscribe.
If you guys ever want to hear about the details that we actually went through, like in us dating and things, you know, as drastic as, like, you know, I don't know.
In every story, I promise, we're gonna give you the full gritty, ditty, itty, pitty, witty, ditty.
And we're gonna have to put like rated R because we've gone through a lot of stuff and some disturbing things.
So if you liked it, go ahead and comment down below. If you want more stories, from what you heard, if you want to hear a specific one from what we just said, comment down below. We'll promise we'll get on that. But y'all, thank you so much for tuning in. Jay-Z Crew.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, y'all.